If you don't work out, you lack discipline. You're lazy. You don't care about your body or your future, right? Nah. The way you perceive your body changes how your brain chooses to move it, and we have the power to change that. Now, we know that your brain builds a working model of your body using interoception and prediction. Incoming data is fed into your brain's control centers, and it constantly updates what it expects to feel. The thing that changes everything is that affective data genuinely changes the way in which bodily data is processed. In simpler terms, your emotional state changes the way your body looks at physical data. This is because your emotional centers, like the amygdala and insula, directly influence how your brain interprets body signals. They can amplify or dampen things like pain, effort, and discomfort before you're even consciously aware of them. In a couple of minutes, I'm going to tell you how to manipulate your brain into cooperating, but first let's have a look at why that happens. So how does this happen? Now, before we begin, we have to look at body perception along a scale. At the more extreme end, we have conditions like body dysmorphic disorder, where the brain's model of the body becomes so distorted that it no longer matches reality in a meaningful way. This isn't going to be the majority of viewers here today, but if you are someone who's living with this condition, firstly, thanks for stopping to watch this. And secondly, this video isn't going to accurately cover how to help in a meaningful way for you. This video might also not be completely on point for neurodivergent people whose brains, as we see in previous videos, have a slightly different way of processing body data. And I'll post a video for us next week. Now, many neurotypical people, however, have a milder version of distorted body perception along that scale, and it can still be impactful in your everyday decision-making process. Unlike what we've been taught to believe, your automatic brain isn't the be-all or end-all of your decisions. Sure, we have some hard and unresettable settings built into our DNA, but we have something very special as humans: consciousness. This is different and apart from our automatic brain processes. Think of it as a website. You've got the part that everyone sees and can be directly interacted with, and the back-end part which has all of the programming most people will never see. One collects data, the other uses programs to deal with that data. Likewise, your conscious brain, the bit openly available to the world, the bit that's listening to this now and deciding whether I'm for real or not, feeds data to your back end, your automatic brain. This is obviously a massive simplification on both parts of the analogy, but it's what we in behavioural change are betting on, even if it can feel overwhelmingly the automatic brain has taken the wheel and you've no longer got any choice. It's like tapping into the matrix. Your automatic brain has created a reality for you, but sometimes you get glimpses of something different. Recognizing triggers, learning which behaviors are good for you or aren't good for you, working out why certain things trigger us, these are all along those lines. If your brain expects something to feel hard, it will literally make it harder for you, because your brain is constantly predicting how much effort something will take if it expects something to be difficult. It increases perceived effort, ramps up fatigue signals earlier, and recruits more energy than necessary. So the task actually and literally feels harder, even if nothing physical has changed. This then feeds into the fact that reward isn't outcome-based, it's expectation-based, because your brain doesn't reward you based purely on results. It rewards you based on whether things are better or worse than expected. If you expect something to feel awful and it's slightly better, that can feel rewarding. If you expect something instead to feel great and it's just okay, it can feel disappointing. So if you've ramped up the difficulty in your mind about working out and then it's just okay, you're not going to get the same reward as if you expected the workout to be slightly difficult, but then actually you kind of crushed it. So, what can you do? Underneath everything, your brain is a survivalist. And if your conscious brain is feeding negative feeling affective data into it, this is so difficult, your automatic brain will ramp up the perceived difficulty and the amount of cognitive resources needed. This is why unexpected difficulty or danger can cause traumatic memories of things and how you might start planning for every outcome. Your brain is trusting your conscious self to interpret what it sees and feed back effectively. The saying, fake it till you make it, has never been more true. You need to use your conscious brain to update your automatic brain manually. Now, you might not be able to pretend and make something true, but you can feed your automatic brain bum data. Use your voice, your special human voice, to override your automatic brain when you're getting started. It's not just tell yourself you love yourself. It's more like, what can my body do today? What would make this feel easier? Am I training because I want to feel better or because I'm punishing myself for eating that box of biscuits? Then trust the process. Your brain will start to learn that what you need to do isn't dangerous, and it will dial down the alert and effort levels it expects from doing the thing. Fake it till you make it, my friends. Tell me in the comment if any of this rings true and if you've tried it, and come back next week for how this affects neurodivergent populations and how to handle it. And until then, please be kind to yourselves. Thank you.